Hello, welcome to the video. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at Morpeko with the charge move of Seed Bomb. And you're gonna see in today's video why this is so important for this specific meta. While we took a look at this team specifically as well with Seed Bomb on Morpeko before already. That was in the Open Great League. Now we're gonna be in the Color Cup. And the Color Cup is going to be so much better for Seed Bomb Morpeko. And you're gonna see it here today. The thing is, they have been basically in every single team a Mud Boy right now. And so many Gaster and so many Crackzires are floating around, and it's just hilarious on how strong Morpeko was with this move, to the point where I got now, I think, up to like a 9-game win streak or something like this with this team. It is ridiculous. So, anyway, we're gonna see here. First battle, we want to actually encounter Emolga. Emolga can be a bit tricky for this team because it can core break your lead as well as your Pokemon in the pack. But it is going to be okay here still because we still have our Morpeko. We can go ahead and go for a hard-hitting move here as well with the Aura Wheel. Let's see what they're going to swap into next. It is going to be, let's find out. It is going to be the Whimsicott again. We can use a shield here. We're going to try our best to get as much damage output up as well for ourselves. Aura Wheel is going to connect now. And that's going to allow us to, get the knockout. And we're going to see here the swap into the Quagsire. And then see what they're going to do here. Do they think it's going to be just another Psychic Fangs? No, bye-bye. That's going to be a common theme for today's video. Also, for whatever reason, now why does Charizard all of a sudden become so meta? Oh, look at this, Quagsire comes in. Oh, look at this, Seed Bomb is coming in. Oh, look at this, Seed Bomb is doing basically the entire health of the Quagsire and we can just knock them out here. It is ridiculous. It is so much fun to play Seed Bomb on the Morpeko. People just don't really get it. People just don't really see that coming at all. And here as well, we're going to be just able to go for another Aura Wheel, boost our own attack, get some more Thunder Shock damage in, which is going to put the opponent down into the basically red health there. We're going to use a shield here on a potential Blast Burn, which would do around 50+% of our health. And let's reveal that they're going to have a Kingdra in the back where I can go for a Fly. Fly is going to allow us to get the shield here. They could think it's also a Brave Bird, that's why they use a shield here most likely. And we're just going to be able to go for a Frenzy Plant here. They have to go for an Outrage. In order to have any chance at all, Outrage is coming through. It is going to go slow. We can overfarm literally just the perfect amount to get the KO here just before the opponent can knock me out. So they basically only get one fast move in over the Charizard, and that's going to be game. So, there are battles as well, of course, here where we're going to get kind of hard-walled. This is a very unfortunate lead matchup, but then again, they're going to swap out into the Golisopod. And I think I'm one fast move ahead of the opponent, but I'm not too sure about it, but let's find out how this is going to go. We have to, of course, use a shield here now against potential Exeter. Exeter is going to do some super effective damage. It is going to be the Exeter, it would knock us out immediately. And so we overfarm by a little bit, go for the Aura Wheel and +1. Let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to get the KO. And so they're going to go back into their Marowak. We have to hope that we can still somehow win with our Morpeko here. The issue is they're going to try to go for the full farm down, which works out quite well for them, because, they're going to get a ton of energy here now. And the energy is going to be quite awkward against our Talonflame. Yes, we still have a shield left, but they're going to have enough energy to go for 2 Shadow Bones. So I'd rather let the first move go through, as it has the defense drop chance here as well. And we can go for another shield, and I'll make, I think, a bit of a mistake here now. I show one for the Fly. A Flame Charge actually is not enough from this range. I thought it would be enough, but it is not enough from this range. And I reveal that they're going to have the Jump Off in the back. I can still at least go ahead and go for the Fly here and do a tremendous amount of damage. So actually it was most likely better for me even to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge there. So the Fly did more damage afterwards, which is definitely going to be very beneficial for us. I think we still will have been fine no matter what. Because, as we will see as well, the opponent's, Marowak is basically at farmland range for me. 2 Winoops both enough, I just went for 1 and then for an Aerial Ace, and so it's going to be a good game. But not every Marowak game can be as good as we will see here most likely in this video, or like in this gameplay here a little bit. We're going to see the Aura Wheel coming through again. It's going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. I think, it's the best play for me to just go ahead and go straight for the Aura Wheel if I swap out. I will be able to still get to another charge move here, which is going to be great. But after this, it's just going to be a bit awkward, because they can go for the full farm now and they have to rely on hitting that Fly with my Talonflame in the back. And a lot of times they can just, of course, swap out whenever they want to, and they have a ton of energy already anyway. And so, we will see here the Shadow Bone coming through. I'm not going at the debuff this time around. They're going to have the Kingdra on the back, and they forced me to swap out into my own Superior. I don't think that a Frenzy Plant is going to be enough against a non-Shadow variant of Kingdra, and so we are gonna put the opponent now to hopefully a farm down range still, but I make a mistake here by not going for a shield. Outrage is going to connect here. I needed to actually use a shield there so I get much energy as well on my Pokemon, and they can just farm me down. I don't even see the final Pokemon of the opponent. But anyway, we're going to see here the Ferrothorn in the lead. That's going to be a very neutral matchup. I kind of would like to have this matchup, of course, against my Talonflame, which is going to do super effective damage, double super effective damage with the Incinerate against the opponent. But they reveal that they're going to have Flash Can, so that means also that all of the moves are going to be resisted on the Talonflame. So they have nothing they can do with that one. So I wonder at this point, would it be not a smart idea to sub out into my Talonflame here? And I try to do this, and I sub out into the Kingdra, and it's not really ideal, but it's also not too bad. Here's the thing as well, with this matchup, Fly is going to be able to connect quite easily and do a lot of damage if it connects, but also we're still going to be able to get to another Fly in time. It looks like it as well that I can even reach another Fly, as long as I don't get like, yeah, debuffed here as well. The debuff would have been very annoying against us. Oxazuka debuff definitely very, very strong right now. As you all see here, we're still going to be able to reach that Fly in time, and this should allow us to get Switch and Shield advantage at the same time, which is going to be so nice because we're still going to have our Morpeko in the back. And guess what? Morpeko really enjoys having shields. And so we can go for the Aerial Ace, and I'm just going to sacrifice my Superior now. We have still Grass type coverage anyway on the Morpeko as well with the moves that they are running. And so they reveal that they're going to have the Emolga in the back, and that's basically a game. Like, that's basically a game. We're going to have the Aura coming through. Should be able to one-shot them, basically. We will find out eventually. It is not 1 HP in Dream for them, but I think they just forfeit at this point, knowing that the game is over, which is fine. We just have to play it out now. Yeah, it is going to be a bit of an annoying one here, because, yeah, I'm still going to go ahead and go for the bait actually here just to troll the opponent, because I know they're gone, and I know that's going to be enough to knock them out as well, even though if it's a double resisted Seed Bomb. But yeah, that's going to be it for this battle, and let's move on to the next one. The next opponent, Kingdra. Going to be again a very neutral matchup. We're gonna stay in here for a little bit, and we're gonna try our best to go for the Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant is going to now connect here and get some shields from the opponent. That's kind of great. Or we will try to go for another Frenzy Plant right afterwards, and that's going to allow us to get the shield again. So we're now 2 shields up, and I make a bit of a mistake here. What mistake did I make? I should have went straight for a next hour reel here, but I didn't do that. I decided to overfarm by a little bit, and this was a big mistake. I didn't expect that the opponent would have been at 100 energy flat there. And so, yeah, I should have just went for the hour reel instead, but I was really lucky not getting the debuff twice there, so 50% chance. Very lucky for me. They're gonna sub out now into the Jump Love, and I make a bit of a mistake here. Actually, maybe a very, very big mistake there as well. We're gonna be able to go for a hard-hitting move here, and I decided to not sub out. I should have subbed out. If the opponent went for the air release anyway, one Incinerate would have knocked them out for sure here. And now it's down to if I can beat the opponent with my Talonflame, and yes, and the Rakronet has nowhere to go with a Talonflame. And so that's going to be a good game. There's nothing the opponent can do anymore. We can just move on to the next opponent. As again, like, there is nothing they can do here. We have the Water Pulse coming through, it doesn't do enough damage, and that's going to be a good game here as the Flame Shot is going to connect, and we can just farm down whatever they had in the back. Next up, we're going to have Feraligatr in the lead. Of course, great lead for you, but this is something that, yeah, I don't know, like, it's a bit of a tricky one because they have extra Ice Beam. I kinda gonna play it really risky because I don't really care too much about Superior. That's a funny thing as well. Like, usually I have like this ABC style line where you kinda really need to have Superior still around to counter the answers of the Talonflame. But as you see as well, it worked out quite well for me because I was able to call the bait with the Hydro Cannon. And now I can just go for the full farm run against the opponent as well. And this allows me to get a ton of energy onto my Pokemon. In comes the Gastrodon, and I can go ahead and go for the Seed Bomb. They actually sneak in an extra free fast move, which is not ideal. Did it matter? It did actually matter. I would have been able to reach another Seed Bomb in time. That's kind of annoying. But also, he had some lag, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to lose CMP here, do I? I actually always lose CMP against Gastrodon, so like, while there was some lag, and I thought it was like impactful, it wasn't actually impactful. And now it's down to Talonflame against my Talonflame, and guess what? We don't have Brave Bird. The normal move to this Brave Bird. Brave Bird should mostly knock us out here at this range. Brave Bird is just such a hard-hitting move. Unfortunately that we're gonna lose this battle. Or not, we survive with 1 HP in Dream, or 1 Fly, going to knock them out, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll move on to the next opponent here. So let's see what the next opponent is going to run here. It's going to be the Typhlosion in the lead. That's going to be horrible for us again. We swap out here, but they're going to go straight after 2 fast moves for their own charge move, which means this is going to be, of course, the Thunder Punch. And Thunder Punch is going to be a move that we're definitely going to enjoy quite a bit there. We will see here also now the Hery mode of the Morpeko activating, getting this knockout most likely against the opponent's Quagsire as well. Oh no, actually we're gonna get the shield, but like we were able to get them insanely low. Just 1 HP gone basically away from getting the knockout. That's kind of unfortunate. We can take a hit here still, I'm just going to be fine. Now we just rely on our Talonflame to win the battle. Talonflame has access to Flame Charge, which is going to be great, especially if you have shields up. But yeah, of course the Typhlosion is going to be in a position now where they can use another Thunder Punch against us, which is going to be a bit of an annoying thing. They swap out into the Feraligatr, and what I see here right now is that 3 more Incinerates should be just perfectly enough to knock them out. This is my only way of winning this. If I would go for any charge move eventually here, I would definitely lose immediately. And I go for the full farm down. It works out perfectly. I can go for a fly now as well, but they sneak in this extra move and they know that they're going to win the CMP tie. And so I'm forced to swap out of here, catch the Thunder Punch straight away onto my Superior. And now it's either I get to the Frenzy Plant here or I get to the fly. And both are going to allow us to win the battle. Frenzy Plant is going to connect here. It is going to be easily enough to knock them out, even though it's resisted. It is just so hard hitting, we can move on to the next opponent. So what do you do against a Toxapex? In this case here, for sure, just gonna stay in and go for the Aerial there with the Morpeko. Of course, swap out into the Morpeko first. But this allows us now to have the other form, which is not ideal, but we're gonna get the opponent already a little bit low, which is kind of nice. Issue here is they swap out back into the Quagsire, which is going to be okay because we're going to get another Seed Bomb off. They're going to use the shield this time around. Reason for this is not, I don't think that they expected a Seed Bomb, but a boosted Dark type Aerial is basically doing as much as well against the opponent. I'm just going to sacrifice my Morpeko. Morpeko did its job basically. What I want to do is I want to get as much energy as possible here. I'm fairly certain I'm not going to be able to go for the full farm now though. I mostly have to go for the Aerial Ace eventually. OGC as well, because the opponent would have got to another Stone Edge, but that's going to be okay. And as we'll see here as well, they're going to go back into the Toxapex, and that's going to be even better for us, because we have to hit 2 Frenzy Plants against them in order to get the KO against the opponent as well. First one is coming through here. Let's see what we're going to see next. We're going to have another one connecting as well, which is going to be great. We hope that it's going to be enough to get the KO straight away, and it is. And so, in comes the Dewgong. We have our Talonflame. We can take a hit, unless they're running a Water Pulse Dewgong, which is a wild because you need ICU and Drill Run. Yeah, we're going to be fine here. Like, the opponent has nothing that they can do here. Back in the day, actually, Water Pulse was a thing, I think, on Dewgong before I think Drill Run was added on this Pokemon, something like this. But anyway, we're gonna see here as well. Yeah, I think Drill Run got added later on Dewgong, which maybe was a bit of a mistake because the Pokemon is quite overpowered. Final one here for today, we're going to have the Credilli against us in lead. Very solid lead for us. It's kind of neutral. But actually, I think you always win this as a Superior. The thing is, here they're going to do some neutral damage as well with their Rock Slide. They're going to outspeed us before we can go for 2 Frenzy Plants. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it is going to be okay anyway. We're going to be able to take that hit, and we can get some extra energy here as well, most likely, but they swap out into the Charger Bug, and I just panic and go straight for the Frenzy Plant. But this is actually a great play, because what this allows us to do is we can now go for the full farm down here. And I know that they're going to have now a Volt Switch there, but I'm fairly certain we're going to be able to go for the full farm on time, yeah, easily. They don't even get to another charge move, and so we have a ton of energy stored. We know that the Credilli doesn't really have a lot of energy, but I still decided to go for the Flame Charge just to boost my own attack up. And now we have to hope that there's something in the back that we can deal with. Oh wow, it's the Shadow Quagsire. Oh wow, we can go for a Fly. And yeah, that's the funny thing here about it as well. They're very likely going to go for Awkward Tail here, but it's worth it for me to get rid of the Final Shield from the opponent, so I decide to use a shield here, go straight for the Fly, and now I can swap out. An Awkward Tail should not knock me out here. Stone Edge maybe knocks me out with a Morpeko, but I have Seed Bomb, and nobody really knows about it. Like, they mostly try to get some extra energy there. Didn't work out for them, and we can win the final battle here. And you see as well, this was a 5-hour at the end. It is such a good team to run right now, and Seed Bomb is such a good move on Morpeko. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.